comes to things like furniture, things can get pretty boring from a tech perspective, let's be honest here. But every now and again, you run into something that just changes the game in a way that makes everything else feel a little bit inferior. What I have here is a pair of home theater chairs, and they just might be the most high-end, tech-focused chairs I think I've ever sat in. A couple of months ago, I was prepping to build a new home theater for myself, one that was much bigger and more open than the tiny home theater build that I did just last year. While I was planning things out, a company called Valencia reached out to me and offered to send me these chairs to test out. Of course, I said yes. I'd be absolutely insane to say no, so big thanks to them for coming through with the chairs. That was very kind of them. This is their Valencia Oslo lineup, and I've had these chairs for a few weeks now, and I'm freaking loving them. There's a couple of minor things that I wish were a little different, but for the most part, they are a very, very welcome addition to my house. First of all, these chairs are made of Italian Napa leather, and it looks and feels crazy expensive. You got this diamond style stitching all over the chair, and the leather feels really nice and smooth. But you guys are tech people, you probably don't care all that much about how the chair looks or even how it feels, because to be honest, I didn't really either. I cared about the features that this chair has that most other chairs do not. For one, this chair has a motorized recliner. On the inside of the armrest, you've got a control panel that you can use to fine-tune your seating comfort. There's buttons to recline, to raise the headset, to increase lumbar support, and a button to reset everything back to default. And guys, to be completely honest with you, the first time I tried this out, I had the biggest grin split my face ever. It makes you feel like a bit of an evil genius sitting in his giant laboratory chair. It might seem like a bit of a superfluous feature, but it actually makes a big difference when you're sitting down to watch a long movie, and all it takes to increase your comfort levels is just the press of a single button. There's a couple of other features on the control panel as well. The middle button serves as the button to reset the seating back to default, but it's also the button that controls the LED lighting that's contained within this seat. There's lights underneath the chair that will illuminate the floor in this nice blue color, as well as lights around the cup holders on both sides of the chair. I prefer to leave these off most times because I find it a little distracting while I'm watching a movie, but it is a cool little feature to show off, and it looks great. I would have liked to see a setting that changes the color of the LEDs for a room that has a color theme, but you know, no big deal. As I'm sure you've noticed by now, the control panel also has a USB port for charging your phone, your tablet, or whatever else you might have with you. Hey, if you're gonna have a motorized reclining home theater chair that lights up, you might as well have it charge your phone too. Also, on both sides of the chair are two enormous storage units that you can hold all of your remotes or gaming controllers so that they stay out of sight like the eyesore that they are. Right in front of the cup holder on the arm is this little circular thing. A lot of people ask me what that's for. It's actually a place to attach optional accessories that Valencia sells. They're a little on the pricey side, but they sell tray tables, popcorn and wine glass holders, and a tablet mount for an iPad or something. Now this is a review, and it's a pretty expensive set of chairs, so I do need to nitpick a little. The control panel is cool, and there's a lot of customization that you can do with this chair, but there's no option to actually save presets for the most comfortable positions that you create with all the buttons. It'd be really nice to get in a comfortable reclined position with the right lumbar support and right headrest angle for you, and then save that as a preset so that every time you sit in the chair, you can go right back to what's comfortable for you without having to mess around with all the buttons every time. Kind of like how new cars have that option for when multiple drivers are using the car. That'd be pretty cool. The only other thing I have to nitpick about is the fact that the white LEDs inside this control panel stay on at all times. I haven't been able to figure out a way to turn them off short of unplugging them from the walls. They're way off my peripheral vision, so I don't find it all that distracting when I'm watching a movie, but I wish the center button had some sort of functionality that controls the LEDs where if you press twice, the control panel would turn off or something like that. Overall, these chairs are insanely cool. They're easily one of the most comfortable chairs I've ever sat in, and they've got a load of pretty techie features compared to, you know, every other chair or sofa on the market. They're not paying me to say this, by the way. I'm not gonna get sent for this review, and it's not like they can show up at my door and seize the chairs if I give them a bad review. I just really like them. Despite that fact, the chairs aren't cheap, as I've alluded to before, and with that in mind, I can't recommend them to absolutely everyone without having a guilty conscience. For one of these chairs at Best Buy, they cost around $1,300 US or 1,700 Canadian dollars right now, so there are definitely cheaper chairs out there. But if you're building a home theater, you've got a decent budget to play with, and you want to flex a little, I can confidently say that these are some of the best chairs that money can buy. Of course, I'll leave links down in the description down below where you can find these chairs online if you're interested in getting them yourself. Anyway, I'll be doing a follow-up video to this one showing off my entire home theater setup and all of the tech that's in it, so if you aren't already, hit that subscribe button so that you know when that does go live. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to support my channel, and as always, have a great day.